Wow, okay. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work to get them back to us. What an amazing journey we were just on. How are you guys feeling? Woo! Oh, yeah. Crazy. That was the reaction I was anticipating. The respect and emotion that I have for these two individuals is immense. It'd be really hard for me to describe, but I'm going to try to do it just a little bit. Heidi. Heidi is my... Oh, no! Sorry. Heidi is my soul sister, my co-mother. I mean, my children feel the same way about you as they do me, so they love you. We clicked immediately upon meeting 20 years ago, and yet had no idea the importance we would have in each other's lives. No idea. Because we have traversed love, loss, launching children, aches and pains, everything to do with food you can imagine, and even living a couple of hours apart. But we have rarely failed to be a constant to each other. We offered love, support, guidance, witnessing, or just an ear. And if we did fail, forgiveness came very easily. I'm quite sure I'm a better person because of you. Thank you for loving me and letting me be a part of your special day. It has been a joy being on this crazy ride with you. And speaking of joy, there's Ben. Ben, I've known you a fraction of the time, but I've watched you love and care for my bestie, bringing more laughter and magic into her life. You have tended to her so carefully, especially when I couldn't and in ways I cannot, and I'm grateful to you. I've only known you a short amount of time, but I feel blessed to call you a friend. Thank you for loving me and letting me be part of your special day. Okay. So, at this part of the service, Jamie will do a reading for us.
The Invitation by Araya Mountain Dreamer. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking a fool for love, for your dreams, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayals or have become shriveled and closed down from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, be realistic, or to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you're telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself, if you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. I want to know if you can be faithful and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty every day, and if you can source your life on the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the moon in God's presence. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done for the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself, and if you truly like the company you keep in empty moments.
So we're all here today to celebrate the relationship of Heidi and Ben, and to be witnesses and supporters of the commitments they share with one another. Together, we're a group of the most important people in their lives, and they brought us here to publicly recognize we've all played a special part in the journey that brought them to this moment. They would also like to recognize all of those who couldn't make it here today, as they are certainly missed, but not forgotten during this celebration. They did not just hold this ceremony to have a good time. Maybe they did, but they did this to create a contract with each other and those in their lives whose love and support them. And our greatest gift to give to these two as their community is to be present and share in their love. While there is already a solid commitment between Ben and Heidi, marriage gives permanent and structure to what already exists. It's a way to tell one another that no matter how many foods you're unable to eat, or how much you spend on Dune memorabilia, we're in this together. Marriage represents a heartfelt choice to live with commitment to your relationship come what may, to acknowledge that you have chosen each other as the exact right person with whom to practice ongoing, loving growth. You are committing to your own personal development toward your higher and best self, and to growing this way within the platform of your relationship. You do this with awareness, with the awareness that you continue to have times of strain and discovery, which when engaged with love and support, produce even longer times of sustained joy and connection. As you stand before me and your community, you are making this commitment with the vows you share, saying yes, having immense faith, holding integrity, being patient, facing truths, expressing joy, being ridiculous, belly laughing together, getting your freak on, reaching out when you need support, and knowing that this is truly a sacred union in all its imperfections and beauty. Every person present here represents an opportunity for love and support for Ben and Heidi. Each of you have an opportunity to be an advocate for their relationship. Loved ones, as you bear witness, do you vow to encourage them and love them, give them your guidance to be an advocate for their relationship, to support them in being steadfast in the promises that they have made and also trust they have the wisdom and faith to endure? If so, please repeat after me. We do.
We do.
Yes. Okay. That was a close call. That wasn't sure. Ben and Heidi have prepared some special vows to share with each other.
You are a sign of the divine. Love orchestrated, my goodness brought you to me. Your goodness is my gift. It is in moments of love I honor the gift of you. It is in moments of pain we heal and renew. Here now I will hold my heart wide open to you, and all our nows that were, and all our nows to come. Our love is certain of itself, spacious and ageless like an impossibility, limitless. It is in moments of love I honor the gift of you. It heal and renew. Here now I will hold my heart wide open to you, and all our nows that were, and all our nows to come.
Sometimes you make me laugh so hard that it hurts.
You share your life with me, and I share my desserts. It is in moments of love I honor the gift of you. It is in moments of pain we heal and renew. Here now I will hold my heart wide open to you, and all our nows that were, and all our nows to come.
It is in moments of love I honor the gift of you.
It is in moments of pain we heal and renew. Here now I will hold my heart wide open to you, and all our nows that were, and all our nows to come.
I think we earned this wedding. Or this marriage. I was thinking about all of the things that you were having to experience when you were over there in that game space. I was thinking you had to be curious, you had to have courage, you had to be playful, you had to be interested, you had to care, you had to be invested, and you had to operate on faith. And that's what we've been doing together and what I want to continue doing with you forever. Your turn.
Well, Heidi, I have never felt met by any other person in my life. And you meet me everywhere that I want to be met, and all the places that I'm afraid to be met. You meet me there anyway. And so I get to learn how to grow and transform by being in relationship with you, and being loved by you, and loving you. And I'm here in front of everyone to say that I want to do that for the rest of my life. And I want to say yes to this opportunity to be met and to transform and to love and be loved.
That was meant to be, it's now it's a bouquet.
You doing this dance with us every dance? Okay. Let's go first. Ben, please repeat after me. Heidi, I take you, loving who you are,
Heidi, I take you, loving who you are,
and I offer a continued promise
and I offer a continued promise
to be grateful for our love and our life,
to be grateful for our love and our life,
to be generous with my time, energy, and affection,
to be generous with my time, energy, and affection,
to be patient with you and with myself,
to be patient with you and with myself,
to fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter,
to fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter,
to inspire you to grow as an individual,
to inspire you to grow as an individual,
to love you completely.
to love you completely.
These things I pledge to you.
These things I pledge to you.
Ben, I take you loving who you are,
Ben, I take you loving who you are,
and I offered a continued promise
and I offer a continued promise
to be grateful for our love and our life,
to be grateful for our love and our life,
to be generous with my time, energy, and affection,
to be generous with my time, energy, and affection,
to be patient with you and with myself,
to be patient with you and myself,
to fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter,
to fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter,
to inspire you to grow as an individual,
to inspire you to grow as an individual,
to love you completely.
to love you completely.
These things I pledge to you.
These things I pledge to you.
This is the point in the ceremony when people talk about the wedding bands being a perfect circle, having no beginning and no end. But we all know that rings have a beginning. Rock is dug from the earth. Metals are melted in a furnace at 1,000 degrees. The hot metal is forged, cooled, and then painstakingly polished. Something beautiful made from raw elements. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings made by imperfect beings. It is a process of transformation, taking us from where we were and moving us closer to where we want to be. It reveals us to ourselves and to each other. Ben and Heidi have chosen to wear wedding rings as a symbol of their love.
For you
And the commitments we are making here today.
and the commitments we are making here today.
And repeat after me. This ring symbolizes my love for you
This ring symbolizes my love for you
and the commitments we are making here today.
and the commitments we are making here today.
You two have touched my life. I want to show appreciation for you first as individuals, and then to celebrate as you are joining here today, continuing to make your love, light, and power infinitely stronger. With the power vested in me, the blessings of your children, the support of your community, the sacred powers you harness from the heavens, and by the joining of your two costume boxes, I pronounce you husband and wife. Be excellent to each other.
Thank you so much to everyone for being our witnesses and our accomplices and putting up with us and playing along. We're gonna now do the real reception. I think that we're gonna do some pictures here for family and anybody else who wants to be involved. I think it would be super awesome to have pictures of everybody. So whoever wants to be part of that is welcome, and then we'll just head on over and eat some food and hang out and do some dancing and all that good stuff.
I don't know. Let's go say.
For this occasion.
That seems food.
That was, I didn't see that. Like, I knew you were like upstairs, so
Western trot.
Oh my god, that was just
The two of you are so beautiful. Thanks.
Well, yeah.